Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we're unpacking something pretty fascinating. It's an ancient practice, really, but it's also proving incredibly relevant therapeutically. We're talking about deportment.
Right, sometimes called therapeutic striking, or more formally, sustained manual percussion techniques, SMPT.
Exactly. It's basically the art of using rhythmic, percussive touch for healing. And our mission today in this deep dive is to show you why it works, why these, rhythmic taps and vibrations are so beneficial. We want to go beyond just the surface effects.
Yeah, we're going deep into how your nervous system is wired, how touch and rhythm interact in these really intricate, synergistic ways.
The goal is to reveal how these elements can create, well, genuine moments of healing and maybe some insights for you.
Definitely. We'll connect the dots between your body's own sense of rhythm and safety, look at the amazing world of touch receptors.
Mechanoreceptors.
Mechanoreceptors, yes. And even explore how your brain itself kind of acts like a musical instrument responding to these rhythms.
So understanding these layers really gives you a shortcut to grasping the profound power of therapeutic rhythm. It's more than just drumming on someone.
Much more.
Okay, let's dive in. Where do we start to unpack this?
Well, I think the foundation has to be the nervous system sense of safety. We really need to start with Dr. Stephen Porges and his polyvagal theory.
Okay, polyvagal theory. It essentially explains how our nervous system is constantly scanning our environment, right? Unconsciously evaluating for safety or danger.
Exactly. And this isn't just a small thing. This constant assessment fundamentally shapes, well, everything. Your ability to heal, to connect with others, even how clearly you can think.
So if you don't feel safe, your body just isn't open. It's not in a state to repair itself or engage properly.
Precisely. Porges calls this unconscious scanning process neuroception. It's automatic, happening below your conscious awareness.
Neuroception.
And based on the cues it picks up safe or dangerous, it shifts your whole physiological state. You either go into a defensive mode, like bracing for impact.
That kind of tightly wound feeling some people have.
Exactly that. Or, if the cues signal safety, you move into a state of accessibility. You're relaxed, open, tissues are pliable, ready for connection, for healing.
So in therapy, recognizing that state is crucial. You have to establish safety first.
Always. Before anything else can really happen effectively.
And touch plays a huge role in signaling that safety, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Which brings us to those mechanoreceptors you mentioned.
Yes. These are the unsung heroes. Tiny sensors in your skin, deeper tissues, constantly feeding information back to your brain about mechanical stimuli, pressure, vibrations, stretch.
It's an incredible network.
It really is. And for deportment, two types are particularly important to understand.
Okay.
First, the slowly adapting type 2, or SA2 receptors. You might know them as Ruffini corpuscles.
Ruffini endings, yeah.
Yeah.
They detect stretch.
Primarily stretch and sustained pressure. They're deep in the dermis, around joints. They give you that sense of where your body is in space, your kinesthetic sense. And when they're stimulated appropriately, they signal release, a sense of spaciousness.
Okay, Ruffini for stretch and position sense. What's the other one?
The other key player is the rapidly adapting type 2, or RA2 receptor, the Pacinian corpuscle.
Pacinian. These are the vibration detectors, right?
Exactly. They are incredibly sensitive to rapid vibrations and deep pressure, like really sensitive. They can pick up vibrations happening centimeters away from the skin, and they're tuned to specific frequencies, which is, highly relevant for deportment. When you apply that rhythmic percussion, you're speaking their language directly.
So we've got the nervous system scanning for safety, and these specialized receptors translating touch into signals for the brain. Now, where does rhythm fit in? Because deportment isn't just pressure, it's rhythmic pressure.
Right. And rhythm is, well, it's universal, it's fundamental. We all have internal rhythms, heartbeat, breath. Our bodies understand rhythm innately.
It feels primal somehow.
It is. And our brains don't just understand it, they seem to actively enjoy it. Research shows brain waves actually synchronize or entrain to external rhythms.
They dance along.
Pretty much. And this synchronization is linked to pleasure centers activating, encouraging movement, which then reinforces the positive feeling. It's a feedback loop.
Okay, so the brain likes rhythm. Is there a specific aspect of rhythm it likes most?
A key concept here is temporal predictability. Basically, how well your brain can predict when the next beat or event in a rhythmic pattern will occur.
Like knowing what's coming next in the music.
Exactly. And studies show a really strong link between high temporal predictability and how pleasant we find the rhythm or music. Predictability feels good, it has hedonic value.
Whereas unpredictability can feel
Yeah.
jarring, anxious.
Precisely. Unpredictability is often associated with anxiety or alertness, maybe because it signals something unexpected, potentially dangerous. Predictability signals safety.
You feel this, don't you? That urge to move to a good beat, that groove feeling.
Absolutely. And that feeling, that sensory motor synchronization, correlates directly with enjoyment. Though, interestingly, it's not just any predictability. There seems to be a sweet spot.
Like too simple is boring, too complex is chaotic.
Sort of, yeah. Research suggests an inverted U-shape function. Optimal pleasure comes from moderate complexity, enough predictability to feel safe and grounded, but maybe with just enough variation to keep it interesting.
Okay, this is fascinating. So let's bring it all together.
Hmm.
How does rhythmic deportment leverage all these things? Safety, mechanoreceptors, rhythm, predictability.
It works on multiple layers simultaneously, which is why it can be so effective. It's a synergistic effect.
Okay, layer one.
Layer one is safety through predictable rhythm, that consistent, patterned, tactile input from deportment. It's exactly the kind of signal your neuroception system interprets as safe. Like a nonverbal, everything's okay signal.
Exactly. It's like a steady, calming beat that tells the nervous system you can stand down from high alert. This helps shift you out of that defensive braced state.
Lowering that sympathetic fight or flight tone.
Precisely.
Right.
Which, as we said, makes the body's tissues more pliable, more accessible, more ready for positive change. It's like singing a gentle, predictable lullaby directly to the nervous system.
Okay, safety first through rhythm. Layer two.
Well, layer two is directly stimulating those mechanoreceptors. The percussive, vibratory nature of deportment is perfect for activating both Ruffini and especially Pacinian corpuscles.
Because Pacinian love vibration.
They thrive on it, particularly in the frequency ranges often used in deportment, like 60 to 600 hertz, sometimes even a bit higher.
Yeah.
And activating these Pacinian corpuscles does something really important. It triggers a natural pain-suppressing mechanism.
So the vibration itself can reduce pain perception. Analgesia. Yes, it contributes significantly to analgesia. The signals from these rapidly adapting receptors essentially help modulate or gate the pain signals traveling to the brain.
And the Ruffini endings.
They're being stimulated, too, by the underlying stretch and pressure, contributing to better body awareness, that kinesthetic sense, especially around joints. You feel more connected, more aware of your body in a positive way.
So we have safety signals calming the nervous system and direct receptor stimulation leading to pain relief and better body sense. What else?
Well, there are the direct physical effects, too, of course. Deportment can help normalize muscle tension, improve flexibility, encourage better movement patterns. It's a form of tissue conditioning.
Right, the more obvious muscular effects.
But even these physical changes link back to the nervous system. Pain, for example, isn't just tissue damage. It's an experience constructed by the brain, heavily modulated by the central nervous system.
Especially areas like the brainstem.
Yes, particularly a region called the periaqueductal gray, or PEG. It's like a master control center for pain modulation. By sending these signals of rhythmicity and safety via touch, deportment helps calm activity in the brainstem.
And calming the brainstem does what?
It kind of frees up the higher brain, the cortex. Instead of the cortex being constantly recruited to manage threat signals or inhibit pain, it's freed to do more interesting things. Creativity, insight, dreaming, deep relaxation, you name it.
That's a profound idea. Calming the base allows the higher functions to flourish.
In a way, yes, it shifts the brain's resources.
This feels like it leads into something even deeper, maybe about how the brain processes patterns. You mentioned the brain as a musical instrument earlier.
Ah, yes, the concept of neural resonance. It's the idea that the brain isn't just passively processing information, but it has its own sort of acoustic properties. Certain patterns of neural firing are more likely to occur and sustain themselves than others, based on the structure and connectivity of brain regions.
So like thoughts are harmonies and different brain areas are acoustic chambers that favor certain harmonies.
That's a really nice analogy, actually. Yes, the shape of the neural networks influences the patterns that resonate within them.
And deportment.
Deportment, with its specific rhythms, is essentially playing rhythm into the system. You're introducing specific patterns of neural firing through those mechanoreceptors.
And hoping they resonate.
Exactly. If the pattern is consistent and harmonious with the brain's receptive state, perhaps because the safety signals have prepared it, it can resonate, potentially shifting the overall neuroacoustic configuration.
Shifting the configuration.
Yeah.
Like changing the brain's mood or key.
You could think of it that way. Mood itself might be seen as a kind of dominant neuroacoustic state. So this rhythmic input could literally help tune the brain's resonance towards more positive, coherent states.
In the more beneficial pattern resonates.
The more it leaves its mark, it primes the brain, makes it easier for similar beneficial patterns to arise in the future. Like how listening to certain music can prime you to feel a certain way later, it sensitizes the system.
Wow. Okay, let's recap the synergy then. Predictable rhythm signals safety via neuroception,
Right. Calming the overall nervous system, making tissues receptive.
which allows the percussion to effectively stimulate mechanoreceptors like Pacinian and Ruffini.
Leading to pain modulation, muscle relaxation, better body awareness,
And this whole process influences the brain's resonant patterns.
potentially shifting mood, enhancing cognitive function, creating a positive overall state.
It really is a holistic cascade.
It truly is. Touch, rhythm, safety, neurology, all working together.
So we've covered a lot of ground today. From those tiny mechanoreceptors sensing touch,
To the way our nervous system constantly seeks safety,
how rhythm and predictability speak a language the brain understands and enjoys.
all the way to neural resonance and how these rhythmic patterns might actually help tune our brain states.
It really paints a picture of Tapoman as this sophisticated, multi-layered intervention, harmonizing all these systems.
It does, and I think it's a powerful reminder that healing isn't just about the technique applied to the body. It's profoundly about how the body perceives those signals and responds from a place of safety.
Perception is key.
Oh.
So let's leave our listeners with a thought to mull over. If we accept this idea that our brains can get tuned maybe into a minor key during states like anxiety or depression,
Metaphorically speaking, yes.
then could the intentional, rhythmic, safe application of touch like this therapeutic percussion, almost a human drum circle, for one, could it do more than just soothe muscles? Could it literally help retune our internal melodies towards states of greater safety, pleasure, connection, and just general well-being?
It's a fascinating possibility, grounded in the science we've discussed.
And maybe a question for you, the listener. What kind of predictable, positive, rhythmic input could you consciously introduce into your own life, maybe through music, movement, or even mindful touch, to cultivate a more harmonious internal experience? Something to think about.
That's amazing.